What's up everyone? This video shows how I set up my user interface. It starts off with Power, then goes into Bartender, into Zperl, into Weak Auras, Healbot, which is like the main chunk of this video, and finally MIK scrolling battle text. If anybody has any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to message me. You can catch me at facebook.com/sharpie421. on my YouTube channel, which I'm not on too often, but I'm going to try to start posting more. If this video helped you, make sure to leave a comment. If you would like more videos like this, drop that in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next stream or video. We're going to start with Power. Power is a must-have for every paladin. This is your aura, and then when you left click it once, that's how you turn on buffs. So when you're in a party, all you have to do is click this button, you left click this button, and it buffs everybody with what blessing they have. That's really easy to use. Everybody needs every paladin should have Power. Next, I'm going to show you to set up Bartender. Another thing that I have is it's called, I think it's called minimap button. Let me see. So yeah, it is called minimap button. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, so I hope that helps. But anyway, it puts all of your minimap buttons into one thing, and it's so much easier to do. But you're gonna right click Bartender, you're gonna go down to the bottom if you want it that way. I always use 3 bars stacked. It's just so much easier. Same with turn off XP bar. And then it's just so much cleaner. And then you can also add your micro menu and your bag bar. So then we're gonna left click on Bartender, move that stuff down to the bottom, just so it's out of the way. It just gives you more screen. Next, probably gonna turn on action bars. We actually already have the action bars over there. That's usually where I put my blessings, just in case somebody wants one that's not set up in Power. It's just easier to do it this way. You can click on somebody and give them their blessing. But I'll try to make this quicker. And then like seals, I kind of keep on my bars as well. Hope you don't mind me moving some stuff. So I have one of those mouses that has 1 to equal on the thumb. So because of that, I'm going to change your key bindings to what I use. So R, F, E, Q, C, V, Shift R, Shift F, Shift E, Shift Q, Shift C, Shift V. So you hold Shift with your pinky and then get all those. And then the same thing with this bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6 I use with my thumb. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Also, my mouse, it does the wheel. It clicks left. Like you can click it down, but like you can also click it to the left and click it to the right. So for that, I'll do like over here, left, right, and then I'll do shift left, shift right, and that's usually where I'll put my mounts. It's just a little bit easier to get to. So like shift, yeah, to the right will be my flying, to the left will be just my regular mount. Next is going to be Zperl. So for me, I like having mine down here. That way I can keep an eye on things a little bit better. For the target, I'll keep it in like the usual spot up here. Just because you're going to have Healbot if you're healing, right? So yeah, that's usually what I do with Power. I don't really do anything else different with that. This is RXP. If you don't have RXP, it's a super good add-on for questing, for guide, like a leveling guide. It's honestly, I always use it. Gives you a little arrow that points you where to go. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but yeah. So we've done Bartender, we've done Zperl. There's more Zperl stuff that you can do. Like I always change it's just useless, not useless stuff, but like the background, I always keep it Blizzard just because I like the way the Blizzard looks. We're also gonna have on the player, you're gonna have values, so it's numbers, so you can see, or you could do percents. Yeah, I actually keep the percents on the side, values and percents. You can put your XP bar there or reputation bar there. Original casting bar, that's that down there. You don't really need it when you have it on your nameplate. Can also make your nameplate a little bigger right here. Obviously, if you have any questions, I can help you out as you go. So whenever you resize something, you always want to re-click the 3D portrait. That way it shows it again. No extra width. Let's see what else. Cast time is good, so you can see how long until the cast goes off. Pre-cast indicator. I don't know if you can see the little pink bar there, but that's when you can start like queuing up another spell. Doesn't really need it. It's just something that I like to have. You can have the cast time inside the bar, which again is something that I usually do. Okay, that's all done. You can change the player buffs. I don't hide my default buffs. This is all in the player tab as well, everything that I'm going through right now. Max buffs, buff size, you can make them a little bit bigger. I usually do. Debuff size, same thing, I'll have it a little bit bigger. Buff rows, you can have 4. That way, the more buffs you have, it doesn't like just go in a big line, it'll actually go down. I actually do keep it more like off to the side there like that, but like I say, it's just so I can keep an eye on my health a little bit better and everything like that. But once again, using Healbot, it's not as bad. The party, so with the party, that's like your group party. I usually don't show party buffs or debuffs because it just makes it a lot bigger. I just turn off buffs altogether. I don't have their pets turned on as well. Show party and raid, it should all come set up. Well, it's not going to be as set up as this because mine has like a couple settings already set in, but like I said, if you have any questions, you can just let me know. Okay, so that's that. I think the next best thing would probably be weak auras. I don't know if you have any weak auras or not, but I definitely recommend them. So to download a weak aura, just go to Google, Paladin weak aura Wrath of the Lich King, and then it's going to be wago.io. That's the website that we always use. I like Foji for my user interface. I'll show you where that's going to go in a second. To download a weak aura, you just click on it, you click copy import string copied, go over here where it says import, and you press Control V. That pastes it, you import it, and then you're good to go. These things right here, I wouldn't even recommend this add-on for Paladin. It's called Hikili. It is really good for Feral Druid, so if you're gonna play Feral, download it when you get to endgame. But yeah, right now you definitely don't need it. It doesn't work until you're max level, so just something to keep in mind. For Ret, there's something that's a lot better. There's a weak aura for the Ret rotation that's a lot better. So I will show you that. But anyway, this is Foji down here. So it's basically just something that shows you your cooldowns and everything, right? So this is Holy Shield. I'm not sure where your Holy Shield is. There it is, 6. So see how it says Kellen 30 seconds. So another the other thing is Beacon of Light is a really good way to keep track of your Beacon of Light. If you use Lay on Hands, it has your Lay on Hands cooldown. Same with your Holy Shock and Divine Favor and Divine Illumination. So like I said, and it also tracks your... Oh shit, the debuffs are way too high over there. So we're gonna turn that down. I think it's got big debuffs turned on, so we're gonna go to target and then turn off big debuffs. I forgot about that. So target, yeah, you don't really have to have enabled buffs on the target. You do want to have debuffs. So you turn off big debuffs and put it to like 35 is a decent size. This fatality thing is getting annoying. It's a bug sack, so we're gonna wipe save bucks. We're gonna mute that. It's just something that says like what is it? Necrosis is acting up. That's really all it is necrosis. But you don't need that add-on at all. Okay, so we've gone over weak auras. Another, I'm gonna oh, I don't think you're gonna have the weak auras when you go back into yours. Like, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to install all of this stuff. But I'll get you the, I don't know if you ever play Retribution, but there is a really good Retribution weak aura, that Retribution Paladin DPS rotation helper. This thing is what I use. It's what a lot of paladins use, and it gets people like 90 parses, 95 parses. All you have to do is follow it. It's pretty clean. Oh shit, why is it off screen? So if that ever happens and it's off screen, you can go to position. Keep doing this. There we go. So I just put it somewhere around there. Where's the size of it? I guess height and width. But yeah, that rotation helper, it only works for Retribution. But I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you're ever gonna play Retribution. Anyway, trying to think if there's any other. Oh, you definitely, if you're gonna do ICC, there's a Thames weak aura, but yeah, I'll send that to you later once you actually plan to get raiding. For dungeons, there's a Gamma, I think it's Thames dungeon pack. Yeah, Thames Wrath of the Lich King dungeon pack. This is a must-have for gammas, betas, alphas. It tells you when to run, like if you get ice on you when you're in Upguard Keep or whatever, things like that. It's a super important weak aura. So yeah, it'll tell you when like you have the what's it called? Icy path under you when you're in Upguard Keep and Upguard Pinnacle, stuff like that. What else is there? I think that's mostly, oh right, Healbot. So for Healbot options, it's HBO, and then you're probably not gonna have all these settings unless I were to send you like my WTF folder, but I don't even think, I don't know, I just don't really mess around with that. I like bottoms up 10. Is it bottoms up 10? It might be bottoms up 25. Yeah, shit, bottoms up 25, and then we're gonna click import. Yes. That's not the right one. That's not the one that I use. It must be bottoms up 10. No, it's not that one. Bottoms up raid. Nope, it's not that one either. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Oh, there it is right there. Perfect. Yeah, so bottoms up, compact, small raid. It'll work for 25. It'll work for all that. So if you ever want to change your skins, it's over here. Standard, which again, I'm not really too fond of. I always keep it over here because, yeah, it's just easier to have, easier to access your other spells and keep track of your health and everything. So if you ever wanted to move it, skins, general, frames, always locked. I keep mine always unlocked, but it's not too good if like you're panicking, and you can set it to unlock with alt. That way you have to hold alt to move it, just so and like you have to click on the frame of it. But yeah, raid 25 seems alright. I still like my bottoms up compact small raid because it sets like a tank bar, 2 tank bars, and like the rest of the raid. Okay, so next we're gonna go to spells. I know this is a lot to take in, but like you can pause and everything else as you're going. So they have it set as left click flash of light, right click holy light. In raid and dungeons, you're gonna be spamming holy light. Holy light is your main spell as holy paladin. So I set my left click to be holy light, my right click to be flash of light. So when I right click on the frame, left click on the frame, and then I have my middle as holy shock. Holy shock is more of an emergency spell. If somebody's low and you need to heal them fast, then you want to use Holy Shock. It also gives you an instant cast Flash of Light. After, well, I'm sure you know about that. Like after you crit with Holy Shock, you get to instant cast. So when you hold Shift, this is the same thing. When you hold Shift, when you left click, right click, it does different things. So for me, I like my Shift left click to be cleanse. So like it'll turn blue when somebody has a debuff on them. All you have to do is click, hold Shift, left click, cleanse. It does that. My Shift right click, I use beacon of light. So when the tank, just like before the pull starts, you want to put beacon of light. And then also for my control click, my control right click, I use what's this one, Holy Shield. So that way before a fight starts, or like before a pull starts, Sacred Shield, sorry. So I'm gonna hold my Shift, right click, hold control, right click. So that gives Sacred Shield and Beacon of Light. You always want to have those two rolling on your tank, unless you're with another Paladin. Then one Paladin takes one tank with Sacred Shield, the other you take another tank with Sacred Shield. Sacred Shield doesn't stack, but Beacon of Light does. For Shift middle click, I use that to target. Just in case I want to target somebody, you hold Shift and
Shield.
Yeah. I think that's the weak aura saying Sacred Shield, like it's reminding you the Sacred Shield's about to run out, so that's doing that. So for control click, I keep my lay on hands there. That's like an emergency, right? Something happens, the tank's about to die, you hold control click, left click. You hold control and left click. That does lay on hands. And then, like I say, you can even do like shift control. So when you hold, like I don't really have that many spells, but well, I don't use that many spells. It's mainly Holy Light, Holy Shock, Flash of Light, Cleanse, Beacon of Light, Lay on Hand, Sacred Shield. You get the idea though. That's how you set all of this up.
Beacon.
Oh, the hands, right? So, oh, Alt. That's where I put my hands. Oh no, that's Hand of Protection. Hand of Protection as left click, so like Alt left click. For the middle, gonna put Hand of Freedom. That's the one that makes people able to like run without being like it takes away CCs or like slows. And then right click, Hand of Salvation is good, or Hand of Sacrifice. Honestly, people call for Hand of Sac, like tanks call for Hand of Sac. So like when somebody calls for Hand of Sac, you bubble and then use Hand of Sacrifice. So I'll put that on the right, and then like button 4 can be Hand of Salvation. Hand of Salvation reduces threat. And then that's really all you need there. It's pissing me off that Divine Illumination isn't on here, but whatever. I think that covers everything for Healbot. So it's like I say, it's really easy to use once you get used to it. And also it shows you everything you need to know in the tooltips, like left, Holy Light, right, Flash of Light, middle, Holy Shock, Divine Favor to the left, Seal of Wisdom to the right, hold Shift, Cleanse, Beacon of Light, hold Control, Sacred Shield, Lay on Hands, all that good stuff. One thing I do though, instead of having it down at the bottom there, the tooltip, set tooltip position, I usually have it to the right of the frame. That way it's a little bit easier to see. Another thing I wanted to do is, so you can see how like when I hover over somebody, the tooltip, that add-on that I'm using is Tiny Tooltip Reforged. So you want it to default is in the bottom right hand corner there. Player, you can have it to show the model, that way it shows the person above the tooltip, which I kind of like. The default location is good enough. I would probably move your bars up a little bit just so they don't get covered by the tooltip all the time. But actually, I don't really like the tooltip down over there. I'm also going to hide RXP because we don't need that as level 80, but once you get up there, you obviously will. And then So tiny tooltip, position, we're gonna go static, and then that lets us move it. Yeah, there we go. I like it right about there. And then I'll have like, well, this gets pretty big sometimes depending on how many players you have in your raid or like your group. Honestly, the details doesn't even matter as a healer unless you want to show like what your team is doing, that sort of thing. But anyway, that's basically how I set up my user interface. Maybe make it so this is like, I guess it kind of was. Anyway, there's one more. MIK scrolling battle text. So that's like the that you keep hearing. I don't know if you've been hearing it, but yeah, so to change the scroll areas, configure scroll areas. It's your incoming, so like the damage that you're taking or the heals that you're taking, damage. I don't know if it's damage. Static, I keep this stuff over here, same with notifications. So can see like when you get a killing blow, it shows up in notification, or like when something comes off cooldown, it's in the notification. Static, I can't remember what static is. I usually turn off the incoming because I don't really care about incoming. Also for like my healing stuff, I put it up here kind of, that way it's more out of the way a little bit. Master fonts, I don't like the fonts that come with it. What do I use? I kind of like Morpheus. Morpheus looks normal, so you'll see when I do a heal, 1488, and like I say, you can make it bigger, can make it smaller. I need to turn off that because that bugs me. Triggers, spam control. Where is it? Oh, enable sounds. Turn that off, and then it doesn't. And then you can also have like blizzard damage as well. But yeah, that should be everything. Anyway, man, I hope this helps. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. Well, if you watched this far, I can't say thank you enough. And again, if you have any more questions about anything, hit me up. Leave a comment in the comment section. I think I might set up show how I set up my warlocks. It's not much different, but like I use necrosis. For my DK, I use an add-on called Next Action. It's by Foji. Well, it's a team effort from Foji and someone else, but that's a really good add-on. It's actually a weak aura, but yeah, like I said, if you have any questions or any suggestions for future videos, let me know. And I hope to see you all in the next stream or video.